just waiting on a notification. Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of For Better or For Worse on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an amazing couple with us, one who we look forward to getting some information from as well as some inspiration from. And that is none other than Brother Yusuf and Sister Maryam. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Walaikum sir.
This means a lot to us. My sister Miriam says, Assalamu alaikum, family. Um, this means a lot to us because we heard from one half of the couple before with Sister Mariam and her siblings. So now we get to hear from Brother Yusuf as well to see how you all have 8 children.
Yes.
Beautiful. This is truly inspirational and frightening all at the same time as somebody like me. Yes, ma'am. So the first thing I want to know is, we'll start with you, Brother Yusuf. Who chose on who first? Who made the first move?
Tell the truth.
All right. Well, I mean, realistically, I mean, she inquired about me first, but through a sister that we both knew, she asked if she wanted me to get her number, and I said yes. So that's why I say I you know, I made the first move, but she don't agree with that. But, you know, honestly, we met in college, and you know, back then, and it was like you had to have, like, everybody made it seem like you had to have game in order to pick up women and stuff like that, and I had absolutely none. Like, I didn't even know where to start. So I felt like, you know, if you looked at me and you liked me and you approached me, okay, we in there. But I just couldn't pull the trigger with nothing. Like, I felt like I was stumbling over my words and everything like that, but it just wasn't in me. I just didn't know where to start. So thank God for Sister Venus, who was able to pull that trigger and get her number.
Beautiful. Okay, absolutely. And many people who I've interviewed and witnessed in real life as well, a third party is key. Sometimes you gotta have somebody to hook it up and do some things like that. Sister Mariam, what made you inquire about his number?
First and foremost, it was physical at first. You know, I'm a tall woman, and he was tall, so that it instantly like, oh, okay, he's taller than me. You know, that was kind of hard to find. And then I just kind of watched him for a little bit after. You know, I just kind of watched. Like I said, we met at college, so he worked in the computer lab. So I would go there and just kind of watch his behavior, watch the way he treated people, and watch his interactions with other women and stuff. And he just seemed really just kind. And so, we had been locking eyes for a little while, and I'm thinking that that he was gonna come over and say something, but when he didn't, after weeks of locking eyes, I had to like, okay, what's up with your friend? Like, what's going on?
But I gotta chime in on that. So at the time, you know, I had braids, I had earrings.
Yeah, he wasn't registered.
Yeah, I wasn't
He
registered.
wasn't a Muslim. Yeah.
I thought Farrakhan was a woman. Like, that's how out of tune I was. And so when I saw her, you know, just the way she carried herself, and just she just seemed completely different from, you know, a lot of women that I usually dealt with. So when I saw her, I was like, oh, you know, she probably here to be a lawyer. She got her life together, you know. She's out of my league, you know, but I just felt like she was some good eye candy, you know. And so that's why I was like, I just talked myself out of even making that move.
Okay, so single men right now, would you tell them to shoot their shot, if you will? Like, if they see somebody they like, would you tell them to go after it, bro?
Definitely, because I would hate to lose this opportunity. I'm glad I had a third party there, but if she wasn't there, I ain't no telling where I'd be.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what this for you, Sister Marianne, what was your first date like?
It was horrible. I mean, it was good being in his company, but we went out to dinner, my mom and my brothers and everybody was with us. Um, but like I was really nervous, and so I didn't eat at a restaurant. Like I made a plate and I ate like maybe two French fries, and like I was really nervous to eat. I was like, oh God, I don't want him to think I'm greedy, so let me not eat nothing. So so it was nerve wracking in that way, but just uh talking to him and getting to know him, that was good.
Okay, great, great. And Brother Yusuf, how did your parents and your family feel about Sister Mariam when you told them about her?
Surprisingly, like in my mind, I said this can't go well. She's a Muslim sister, and uh, especially when I decided to convert and everything like that. When I told them, they took it really well. They said, well, they told me that, well, I see her change you for the better, and I like what I see from you, and so it was all good.
Beautiful. Okay. And Sister Mariam, what about your parents and family and your brothers? How did they feel about Brother Yusuf?
Um, everybody felt good about Yusuf. Like I said, he was just really kind and compassionate, and he just kind of like got with the family and just like he'd been there. It was like he already been there. Everybody was really comfortable. He came to my brothers and was, showing them and talking about things, and he just felt like he belonged.
Yeah, it's like a magnetic gravitational pull towards each family, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, who said I love you first?
he did.
Yeah, I think I definitely did. I definitely did. I got, you know, because just she's just one of a kind. I've never met nobody like that. Especially on my past relationships, and I'm a very sensitive brother. So I just sit here thinking about when I'm sick, how she making me bean soup, and just doing things. I'm like, wow, like I love you. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, excellent. Sister Aisha from Phoenix says this is wonderful, beautiful couple, formerly of Moss number 32. Excellent.
Yes,
And
sir.
the proposal. Let's get down to the proposal. How was that through the eyes of Sister Mariam? Were you expecting it, and how did it transpire?
Um, well, yes, I was expecting it. I didn't know when that would happen. Knowing him, I thought that it was going to be really like grand and over the top and just like unnecessary kind of stuff or whatever. But it was really sweet and simple, and I will hold on to that more than if he would have did what he was thinking about doing.
Beautiful. Okay. And well, brother Yusuf, put us on as a man. Like you about to put a ring on somebody for the rest of your life. What's going through your mind, and how did you plan that?
um, well, originally I did have a real big grand way of proposing. Originally I was gonna, rent out a limo, get about 5 to 10 of my friends, and we was all gonna get some tuxedos and
Too much.
so we was gonna come to the mosque. It was mosque number 23 because it's Buffalo, New York, and I was gonna wait till they had like some type of what you do, like fish fry or something like that, and I was gonna wait because she participated in every one of them. So
Mm.
I was gonna pull up in a limo, have my guys get out, and somebody roll out a carpet, you know, and then something cheesy like have one of my brothers come up to him and say, a king wants you to be his queen. Then I come out with the ring, something like that. I had it all out. Everything was looking good, but it was just that, like I said, I'm a very sensitive brother. I was sick, and she like anytime, like if I'm eating something, you don't need to be eating that. This is no good for you. This and this, yada yada, And then it was that one time where I was really going through it. I was laying in the bed. She, brought me some soup. She had some. She didn't bring me no pills. It was like herbs and that type of stuff. And I'm just looking at her in amazement. I'm like, wow, like, you are completely different, and that's when I just shot my shot. I said, please, will you marry me? I forgot what I said exactly, but that's when I proposed, when I was sick in the bed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to all the women who out there, nursing their men back to health. We need that out here. We need that. That's right. Way to step up, sister. Okay, beautiful. Um, Sister Mariam, how did you know that he was the one?
I knew that he was the one first and foremost because I felt comfortable with him. I didn't feel like I had to put on an act. I didn't feel like the some of the flaws that I thought about myself that I had, he didn't make me feel insecure
Mm,
about
mm,
any of
mm,
those things. I
mm,
felt that when he said he loved me and he was going to protect me, I felt the honesty in everything that he said to me. And that's why, of course, we court so we can kind of go through and put them in different situations. And, so we'll go to Walmart in the summer and we walk in, see a sister some short shorts, and I'm looking and make sure he ain't looking. So, I had little things that I was, testing out to see if he could maintain himself around um, different temptations,
mm, mm.
So when I felt that, I just felt totally comfortable, like I can let all guards down. I was like,
Mm.
okay, this is definitely the one. And of course, when my family felt comfortable with him, and like I said, he was a Christian when we met. So when I brought him to the mosque, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I was looking for this," and that was just like that was just the bow. That was a bow on the package. So it was like, okay, this is good.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm coming to you, brother Yusuf. Sister Aisha said that Sister Mariam can sing as well.
Oh yeah.
Sister Carmen says beautiful, absolutely. Sister Ilyasa says that's right. Oh, this is Sister Ilyasa's first time watching. Beautiful. And my sister Naima says, Assalamu alaikum family. Walaikum salam. Naima, can you share it so I can put it on my personal page, please? Boom. All right, brother Yusuf.
Yeah.
For you, how did you know? Well, I guess you told us because that's why you proposed that she was the one. Yes, sir. What's brother Yusuf, for you? What has been your greatest trial in marriage, and how have you overcome that?
Um, I think the greatest trial in marriage is just um, handling different situations that arise that challenge you as a couple. Like, you know, one of the biggest things I really take pride in being um, the provider. I want to make sure I'm doing my duties as a man. And I know like 2016 was the biggest trial
Yeah.
I think I've ever faced. I lost my job that I had for 3 years, and I kept on applying for different jobs. Went to temp agencies. It seemed like all that year I just couldn't find anything. But
And I was pregnant.
yeah, she was pregnant,
Yeah.
and it was, I was looking at my children, and I felt like, they was looking at me, and I feel like I'm failing them, and through all of that, because I was really beating myself up through all of that. Mariam, kept my head up. She kept saying, you're gonna find something. She even, tossed us some ideas for us to make some side money and everything. But yeah, just anytime we come to that type of situation where we're tried as a family, as a couple, we always seek refuge in Allah. She always turn me back to praying. Making sure our faith is strong, and you know, now we to the point now where we solidify in a better house. We actually live in Mexico. We got our business up, and it just went up from 2016. So
Yeah.
that was like the biggest trial. But keep staying strong in your faith, and praying to Allah, and just knowing that He's going to get you through.
Praise be to Allah. Beautiful. and I'm glad you were able to overcome that trial. And once again, shout out to Sister Mariam for holding him down during the trial. And we coming to you, Sister Mariam, but you spoke of a business. What is your business, brother Yusuf?
So currently we're in two group homes. We have full capacity right now, so we have 20 children within our residence, and we're looking to open another one.
Beautiful. Keep going, brother Yusuf. Keep winning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sister Aisha says, excellent. Okay, great. For you, Sister Mariam, what has been your greatest trial in marriage, and how have you overcome that?
Um, I think our greatest trial, or my greatest trial, was learning myself. Because when it's said in the nation that marriage is half your faith. And nobody who's married, you think that you walking around here. I thought I was, good, and then and then I got married, and it was like bringing up some other stuff in me that I didn't know that was in that I had inside. When we first got married, our first 3 years of marriage, like you could talk to my mom now and us, and we was like, we don't know if we was gonna make it. Like we were really like battling it because he had this game thing. He'll play the game after work, and I was like, you're not giving me enough attention, and you're not saying I look pretty, and you're not taking me nowhere, and so after we argued and about that for 3 years, I came to the conclusion. I was like, okay, Miriam. I was like, you got to really step back and see why are you demanding so much attention? Like what is it that you are lacking or you didn't have that you are trying to take all of this out on this man that you married? And so I really did some digging, and with the help of Dianetics, and I was able to see, okay, I was like this because of my relationship with my father. It wasn't a good relationship, it was a strained relationship, and I didn't get that type of attention that I needed growing up. So like I turned to him as the man in my life that's protecting me and watching over me and providing for me, and looking at him like, okay, now you got to do what daddy didn't do. And that was wrong. And once I realized that, I was able to step back and be like, okay, so when this stuff happened, don't get angry, don't react like this, don't do this. And we worked through it. So just finding out parts of yourself that you didn't know about that arise in relationship. You're trying to take two people and mesh them into one. And so that was, definitely, I think my hardest trial. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And Sister, I got a follow-up question for you about that. I'm coming right back to you, brother Yusuf,
Okay.
about video games. I've been in situations, dealing with the opposite sex, and they're gonna lose on that. Just for me, maybe I'm immature or something, but they're gonna lose that. They're just not gonna win that battle. Bro, I'm not giving up video games. So did you make him give up the video game, or did you accept him that he plays video games?
No, it was more of an agreement. So once I realized that, okay, I can't put this much pressure on him for this attention, and he said, okay, well, I know that you've been through this. So it kind of he had his days where I wake up 4 in the morning and he's on the game and I'm like, yo, go to bed. but it's definitely working now. So
Okay, praise be to Allah, beautiful. And for you, brother Yusuf, as the man, put me on. I mean, you married 8 children now, so
Yes.
I'm nowhere near there. But do you still get to have some video game time for yourself?
So that's what she's talking about, 4 in the morning. So once everybody's in the bed, sometimes like if I'm sometimes like if I'm doing like if I'm editing or something, or editing a video or anything like that. And everybody fell asleep on me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sneak in and get some gaming in. And I just don't know when to stop sometimes because it's like it's me. I finally got some me time, you know.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I try to catch up on everything, and so yet, you know, mainly when everybody's asleep throughout the day, not so much. You know, I got 6 boys, so they don't let me play nothing.
That's beautiful. And I always wanted a huge family. I always did, man. I really, I never met somebody who had so many sets of twins and children and to be young. So I'm happy for y'all, man. Allah continue to bless you. Um, my sister Miriam says, thank you both for sharing, man. Allah continue to bless your union. Beautiful. Okay, my next question for you is, Brother Yusuf, what has been your greatest joy in marriage?
Oh, uh, just just having a big family, my wife and children. You know, that's something I've always thrived on. My parents tell me all the time that when I was young, I used to say I was going to have 10 children. And I don't remember any of that, but I knew that I wanted to have a big family. You know, just you know, having my wife there and seeing my children and just looking in their eyes and just seeing the joy in their face and just feeding off of that energy. You know, that's my biggest joy. Just coming home to a nice big family. You know, that's what keeps me driving through everything.
Beautiful, praise be to Allah. And Sister Carmen says, me time is so important. And Sister Aisha said, "Must be a man thing." Talking about the video games. I'm just telling y'all. With me, I'm telling you, don't make the mistake of coming. Listen, don't make the mistake. Don't make the mistake of trying to make me choose. And for you, Sister Mariam, what has been your greatest joy in marriage?
My greatest joy in marriage is having somebody that is there for me, somebody that I can struggle with, somebody that I can grow with, somebody that if I'm lacking, that he can help me with that. When we get up for prayer in the morning, I know I'm the alarm setter, so I got to get us up. But then I know that he's going to be the one that like, okay, well, we got to read, so he'll pull out the Quran and the studying, or we have to get back on this. So we balance each other out. That serious, he saved me from a lot of trouble.
It's a scroll of things. I believe I saved
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Okay, so Miss Emil says blessings. My sister Naima says beautiful and great. Okay, my next question is 8 children. That's a few births. You're in the room. As the man, Brother Yusuf, are you in there? You at the top? You holding the hand? You breathing? Or you outside in the lobby? Waiting. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for everything to get the news. What is your role?
I'm definitely in there. I'm
Mm.
definitely in there through everything, you know, through her cursing me out and squeezing my hand and everything. I didn't want to miss nothing. But yeah, I'm definitely in there. You know, it's horrifying to see your wife go through so much pain. There's absolutely nothing that you can do. But you know, I think as a man, the most you can do is just be there. You know.
Beautiful. And how did it change you from actually being in the room? Like, how did that change you as a man?
It helped me gain a whole lot of respect for my wife, especially knowing that when they give birth, that's when they heck of a thing. It's just I just every time my love for her just grows and grows and grows, and it's endless. But like I can never pay her back for that.
You can.
I know I can't, but I appreciate that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and for you, Sister Mariam, uh, how was giving birth? How has that impacted you?
Um, I have to say, every time I go to give birth, I swear it's the last time. But Allah had other plans. Um, Giving birth is definitely impacted me because, like you said, giving life, able to produce a child, you know, um, to bring somebody in this world that you're going to try to raise up to do the good for the world and to be good soldiers and representative of Islam, So it's definitely it definitely feels like a heavy burden, but it feels like one that I'm willing to take on.
Beautiful. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. So so y'all definitely putting pressure on me and a lot of other men out here, like, hey, they did it. They got 8 children. Jump on in here. Get on in the game. Beautiful. Okay. We have a quick 60-second commercial break so that I can quickly give a shout out to all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. This 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Hold on. This week, speaking of business, and I want to make sure that you all that we shout your company out as well. But 1 second. Let me share my screen and boom. All right. Thank you all. Please make it cash. If you want to cash at me and make a donation or sponsorship, please cash app the People's Podcast for your sponsorship or donation. My brother, Street Premiere, Brother Rashad, Street Premiere Media Production, 4K camera and drone. My sister Mariam, ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, both of which are on Amazon. My sister Naima, Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. We love our tiny dancers. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. Nations Auto Sale LLC out of St. Louis, Missouri. He does a great job of shipping cars and trucks to you anywhere in the country. Engineers of Tomorrow LLC out of Dallas, Texas. They are the STEM school for a STEM preschool. It's a phenomenal thing. Young geniuses, young gods. Shout out to our brother in Dallas. MTS Car Bros, any make, any model, any year, out of Los Angeles, California. They'll ship cars and trucks 30 to 50% off to you anywhere you need them. Raising Black Millionaires, Sister Tia Muhammad. She teaches economic empowerment and development to Black children via flashcards. Brother Kenneth Muhammad, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship bow ties to you anywhere across the country. Brother Chantel X, he pays his truck drivers weekly and he specializes in refrigeration. He's the X and Express. Thank you very much. I'm coming right back to this lovely couple. Sister Latasha Muhammad, Queen is I, Poetry and Apparel. She does an amazing job. Happy Savior's Day 2021. Make sure we reach out to her, 317-737-9510. Boom, just like that. Also, the nurses that care, they do a great job. They have a whole website. She has oils and ointments and this cream that she puts on to help the frontline workers. Shout out to you. We'll be interviewing her so she can explain exactly what's going on. Hip Hop Detox. They have a holistic approach to working in high school to help young men and women be positive role models in the community using music and using arts. Thank you very much. Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure you support. I'm coming back to this beautiful couple. Brother Rashad Muhammad, COVID-19 Disinfecting Cleaning Services in Chicago. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. And last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra, which is on Amazon, and it is a children's book, and also No Father, No Excuse. Thank you all very much for your sponsorships and donations. Okay, back to this beautiful couple. How do you all get alone time? I'll start with you, brother Yusuf. Well, no, you already told me because you 4 in the morning. Sister Mariam, how do you get alone time?
That's a part that I'm still working on. um, Alone time. I like to read and I write music. So even if I take an hour and Yusuf, he takes the children, okay, y'all can get on the video game, and he kind of monitor that while I can go in my room and read a little bit or go to the computer and, you know, write a couple songs or just kind of, get into that a little bit. So that's that's one of the parts we really
Yeah.
trying to work out. Being that the children are from ages 12 to 3, so we're trying to still work on that.
Beautiful. Okay, that's great. And brother Yusuf, for you coming up with 8 children's names, with along with your wife, how do you all come up with the names? Like, how is that possible? Do y'all run out of names? What's going on?
Well, our first two, Isa and Musa, they were named by Minister Farrakhan.
Mm,
And, yeah, so I know when it came to the other ones, we decided that we were going to name them,
Yeah.
and it. I don't know if we tried to look up names through books and through try to get the meaning and everything like that, but it just seemed like it never came to us that way. I know, like when we got our third son named Eliasa, we heard the minister say it on the rostrum, and Mariam heard it, and she was like, it clicked.
Yeah.
She's like, that's it, that's his name. Yeah, and then with our twin boys, with our twin boys, our twin boys, I think, how do you say in prayer?
We were trying to figure out names for them for the longest, and now that we think of the names we was thinking about, we laugh. We're like, oh no, good. But I was I was teaching the 3 children that I had at the time the Fatiha in
mm.
Arabic, and so I was just saying with them, and then I got to the part with Rahman and Rahim. I was like, oh, Rahman and Rahim. So that's how we got them.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And also, my sister Naima said that she listens to Farrakhan Radio. Can you all, how can we support it? We go to YouTube. Where do we go?
Well, just right now, you just go to YouTube and listen and share with your family. Just get the word out there, and that's all we asking.
And what do we just type in Farrakhan Radio?
You type in Farrakhan Radio 24/7. You can type in NOI Chronicles. That's the YouTube page, and yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Okay, and brother Yusuf, what advice would you give to future husbands?
Uh, I think the best advice I can give is just to stay honest, stay respectful, and try to stay humble. I know a lot of men that I've dealt with in the past. They always felt like they gotta. I'm the man. I'm this. I'm that. You got to do as I say. And that's not. I wouldn't recommend doing that at all. I recommend not looking at your wife as second to you, but as your partner.
Mm, mm.
And treating them with that much respect, and so just remain humble and be honest about everything. I think honesty is the key. I didn't have so much in the beginning, but through our processes and dealing with certain situations, I definitely learned how to just be honest about everything, even if it's very embarrassing.
Okay, great, great. And my sister Naima says, yes, her husband and she plays Farrakhan Radio daily. Excellent. Okay, so Sister Mariam, what advice would you give to future wives?
Future wives. Um, I would give advice to them that their husband and their marriage is a process. Don't go into the marriage thinking that, okay, he's a man, he's supposed to provide, and then you find out, oh, this doesn't happen the way you read it in the books, or the way you see it on TV, or the way that, another couple is doing something. You have to work with your situation and learn your husband and also learn yourself. Because what one man might be excelling at, oh, he's a great provider, or he's a great, he can communicate great. That might not be your husband's strengths, but he has other strengths. And you just have to work on them. I know that Minister Farrakhan once said on the roster in one of his lectures, that Mother Khadija helped made him who he is. And you just have to think of it that way. I know a lot of the times when we get into our little disputes or arguments, I'm like, I'm not raising no child, but it's but it's like, it's not raising, but it's like Minister Farrakhan calls us a help meet. We're help meeting his goals, our goals, so that we can come up together. Just we become one. So definitely don't compare your relationship to others, and just try to be the best person that you can be, and in return expect and help him be the best.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Excellent, excellent. And for you, Brother Yusuf, I'm a man who loves music, and apparently your wife is singing the right music. If you could pick a song that represents your couple, that represents you as a couple, what song would you say like is your song, like you and your wife's song? What song represents you all?
Well, I think it still have to be "You" by Jesse Powell.
Okay, 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 okay.
That was our first dance at our wedding, and if I could sing it, I'll sing it to her every day.
Beautiful. Yeah. Praise be to Allah. And for you, Sister Mariam, what would your song be to represent you and your husband?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I have to go back to Sade, Your Love is King. Or
okay.
Or By Your Side. So that's a real, by Sade. That kind of represents me to him.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. This is great. And okay, boom, boom. And what advice would you give, Brother Yusuf, to single people who are watching this and want to be married and 8 children? What advice would you give to single people?
Oh, you're talking to me? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. I definitely like to say, just be open-minded, and just it's to me. I feel like it's sort of hard to give advice to somebody on their in their relationship, because each relationship is different, I feel. But like I said, just as long as you remain honest, open-minded and respectful, I think that'll be a great start.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And Sister Mariam, every Tuesday on the People's Podcast, we have what is called Talent Tuesday, where we do a segment called Top 5, and we bring rappers on, and we also bring singers. Would you come back on and sing for us since you're a musician?
You're gonna put me on the spot, Brother Josh.
You see how I did that, right? You see how I did
that? Spot right
there. You see how I did that, right? You see how I did
that? Yes, sir. Yeah, I've recently wrote some songs, and I do have an EP coming out soon.
Okay.
So yes, sir. Yeah, that'll be something. Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. And what advice would you give to the single, whether it's a brother or sister, what advice would you give to single people who are seeing this, seeing a happy couple, 8 children? What advice would you give to them?
The advice that I would give is to, when you are looking for a partner, look for somebody that you can grow with, somebody who can better you. So a lot of people sometimes get married for, oh, she look good, or he drive a nice car, or just frivolous things, but really check their mind and see if you are on the same wavelength, if you had the same goals and the same values and the same morals, and just kind of go from there.
Last thing you want to do is feel like you're dragging somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, the reason I keep referencing these 8 children is because I just think that's phenomenal that y'all did, dealing with this and doing it with smiles and things like that. Because there's a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen. I don't know if you ever saw that, but that's one of my favorite movies. And I was like, I always wanted to want a big house like that. Like I always wanted children and like a household and to have all the children and stuff. What advice would you give, Brother Yusuf, to future fathers?
Fathers, I would uh I would say, just definitely if being in their life as much as you can, just be the best father figure that you can possibly be, not only telling them but showing them, uh, I think that's one of the biggest things is just being there and being an example for them.
Beautiful. And Sister Mariam, what advice would you give to future mothers?
Future mothers, I would have to say take your job seriously. Don't care about people saying, oh, you don't feed them this, or you won't let them go over this person's house, or don't, you keep all that stuff, let them, you throw it out the window, and you take your job seriously. It is taught that after Master Prophet Muhammad, who is it that you worship? Your mother. Okay, who after that? Your mother. Okay, so who after that? Your mother. So our job is very serious.
Mhm.
And so you have to take it as that and don't let anybody make you feel less than or make you feel that you're not doing enough or um, just be the best mother you can be. I don't care what people say. No, my children don't eat that. They can't go over your house. I don't care what you say about me. Oh, they can't watch this. They can't. So yes, sir.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. So that's excellent. I want to thank y'all for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the People's Podcast. Sister Aisha reiterates that she can sing, brother, with an exclamation mark. Okay, we got you. See me asking, Sister Aisha. My goodness. Or do you all have a social media presence? And if so, can couples reach out to you all on social media? And if so, how can they reach out to you all?
Well, we actually have a YouTube page,
Hmm.
the Muhammad family. We do vlogs and other little things and DIY. Hold on, is
Videos.
it DIY?
Yes, DIY.
Okay. DIY videos. So on YouTube, the Muhammad family, and which pop up, and you'll see how our daily life goes. And yes, we love questions. We
Yeah.
love people asking us questions. And one of my dearest friends that I have now, when we were courting, he didn't. He was in the process of converting,
Mhm.
and she just wrote me. And she was like, "Well, how is that working? You're a Muslim and he's a Christian." And I mean, like, she was 16 when she wrote me that, and like we've been friends ever since.
Mm,
So
mm.
acts away. We are very open.
Yeah.
We are very honest. We love answering questions. We're really approachable. I have gotten before that I look mean, but I'm not mean.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. My sister Naima says teach. Sister Carmen puts the 100 emojis a whole bunch of times. And I just want to thank you all for being a great couple. My sisters used to try to get me to watch Little McGee's and all of that stuff, but y'all like the Little McGee's. You know what I'm saying? I got that whole Muslim family with 8 children. That's beautiful. Shout out to sister, your moms, for being a plug for so many of these interviews.
Yeah.
And anybody who was watching, you have other couples that you think would be good to come on People's Podcast, please inbox me and let me know so we can keep promoting marriage, because strong family equals
Right.
strong nation. So
Yes.
thank you all again for coming on. Assalamu alaikum.
Let's
Thank you all for watching. This is the People's Podcast. Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off. Boom.